Chris De Santiago with MMA Allen. Today I'm speaking with the former Bellator title challenger, Julius Anglickas. Julius, how's it going today?
Doing awesome. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Thanks for taking the time as always. What have you been up to since your last fight?
Well, usually I always, after each fight, I take some time off, just a couple of weeks, just to go home. I train in St. Louis. My parents are in New York, so after the fights or during holidays, I always like to go back and spend some time with them, and then go back into training a few weeks later.
Awesome. And have you been playing any video games since your last fight?
Yes, I recently downloaded Diablo 2,
Ooh, nice.
Resurrected, the cleaned up version. So been playing that recently, and it's awesome. My buddy, my teammate, he was trying to get me play for a while, but I didn't think my laptop was gonna handle it. But one day I was like, screw this, I'm gonna try it out. I downloaded it, works perfect, and I'm mad I didn't get it earlier.
Awesome. Are you ever going to start like a streaming platform for you, like get on Twitch, stream to your fans? Or is that something on your mind?
I was thinking about it a lot last year, and I was like looking into it. I think it's gonna happen. Not yet. I feel like I still need to like figure some things out, the timing and everything. But I do feel I am gonna start something like that eventually.
Awesome,
It's
man.
something fun and enjoyable, and I get to play some video games too and
Mhm.
interact with the fans.
Yeah, can't wait to see it. I just want to get right into it. You're coming off that very exciting Bellator title fight last October against Vadim Nemkov. You came up short, but you hurt the champ. So, like, what could you take away from that fight?
Um, I think the lights got to me a little bit, like all the attention from everybody, this and that. It's almost like I wasn't even thinking too much about the fight. It was definitely like a big jump with all the media and people trying to contact you. Everybody's trying to pull you different direction, and I guess I didn't realize how much that would affect me. Plus, there were like a few other things I was like dealing with. So it's I think I think what I learned is just to maybe try to block things off a little better. Like if I need to ignore some people, ignore, just do your thing, do the thing that you always been doing. Versus like, oh, okay, yeah, now I'm gonna let 1,000 people bother me every day. No, it's still push them to the side, call them back after the fight.
Mhm. So, like, are you sort of like keeping your circle small after the last one to kind of just focus more on the fight rather than all of the hype around it?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And of course, like have friends and lots of teammates, and but right now I'm definitely not rushing to answer every single interview, like
Hmm.
every single like phone call, every single thing. It's just like, all right, cool, it's there. I'll answer it when I feel like it. I'm
Hmm.
not gonna fall into the whole shenanigan thing. Like I got my thing to do. I got stuff to concentrate on. Okay, that comes first. Anything else, I'll get back to that when I feel good with it.
Hmm. For sure, for sure. And thanks for taking the time to do this interview.
Of
But
course.
you hurt the champion on very short notice. You went in there as an alternate. You almost put his lights out in the first round. Do you feel like your stock kind of rose after that fight, even though you lost?
I thought my stock dropped. Like honestly, like I don't believe it was short notice fight. I guess we could say that. Like my knees were a little funny. I had to like be careful with those, and like training was a little bit all over the place sometimes. But I don't know. I feel I could have done more when it came to trying to get up. I feel I was not there mentally with it because he didn't do nothing that I haven't seen, but he had determination. While I didn't have much of it, he was more focused. Well, I guess I got distracted. So I don't know. I heard Scott Coker had good things to say, and me personally, like I'll be my like, you're always your own like worst critic. So for me, it's like I'm always like, oh man, that was bad, that sucked. So in my mind, I feel like it dropped, but everybody says different. So it's like, okay, I'll go with whatever you guys say.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Then, Vadim Nemkov, he advances to the finals. He's going to take on Corey Anderson, who's a very tough opponent. Do you have a certain prediction for how that fight goes?
For some, it's weird. For some reason, I want to give it to Corey.
Hmm.
For some weird reason, it's like I never trained with Corey, like or anything, but for some reason, it could go either way. I want to give it to Corey for some reason. I feel it's going to be some kind of knockout or something. But of course, I want Nemkov to win because he beat me. Like everybody who you lose to, you want them to do better because then it makes you look better. It's like, okay, you did not lose to some champ, you lost to the champion. So of course, I want him to win. But for some reason, like I want to say Corey.
Gotcha, gotcha. And then, like Corey Anderson, you're facing off against another great wrestler in Phil Davis. When you saw another former Bellator champion on your contract, like what was your first reaction when you got the call to fight Phil Davis?
Well, I think I'm in a position where I don't have much say in things right now.
Hmm.
It's like, all right, like I just fought a champion. Okay, I'm ranked pretty up there. And Bellator pays well as well. So it's like, okay, like I can't be fighting easy fights anymore if they pay me. And plus, they already gave me opportunities to fight the champion, this and that. So um, I'm I'm in the pool with big sharks, so might as well embrace it. And I guess for me, I need to realize that I'm just as good as anybody.
Hmm.
I guess sometimes I get stuck in that like old mentality where I think I'm still climbing up, and of course, like you're still learning, you're getting better every day. But and of course, they wouldn't put me there if people wouldn't think I don't belong there. So it's like, okay, like all these guys like did their homework and they decided like, okay, I'm there. So I just need to realize that like, okay, I can hang with these guys and I've done in the past. Um, so it's all mental. It's weird. Um, and he is another good wrestler. So I know definitely his plan is going to be to wrestle. Like everybody watching me, my last fight, it's like, okay, like that's the way to beat him. But at the same time, it's like I've done pretty good. Like when I fought Belize and
Hmm.
like a few other wrestlers, it's like, all right, I get back up, all right, stop the shots, all right, I'm fine with the pressure. So at the end, it's literally how you come in the day of the fight. Like if you're mentally ready, all right, like I can do anything. So not stressing over it. Another good fight, excited. Can't complain.
Hmm. And you're among the best of the best in the heavyweight division, and that's arguably Bellator's best division that they have. Stylistically, just like looking at the matchup, like you have to prepare for his wrestling tactics. What people have you been surrounding yourself with, like in terms of wrestling coaches and sparring partners for this one?
Um, yeah, we worked a little bit with I believe his name is Pixley. He was national champion. Um, and he's good with like the top pressure, kind of like how Phil does. So he was like teaching me like tricks, like how to get out and how to like deal with that. So that was really helpful. And have we changed too many things? No, because that's another thing. It's like, oh, if something doesn't go wrong, like sometimes people tend to change completely everything. Well, maybe that's not the right approach to do it. Maybe you just need to do like small things here and there, because it's all basic. Like everybody's doing exactly the same thing. Um, so just the small tweaks here and there. And yes, we've been wrestling more, trying to like understand the distance and punch from far away versus being like right there in the clinch and trying to punch from there and getting taken down. So we just same thing like always. Just do it right.
Hmm. And I found his last fight kind of funny against Romero because Romero, like after going 3 rounds of him, he thought there was 2 more rounds after that. He thought since it was a main event, it was going to be 5 rounds. Did you happen to catch that fight? And what did you think of that event?
So he actually thought that there were 2 more rounds.
Yeah, so it was a main event. So like Romero being from the UFC, he thought the main event was going to be 5 rounds, but instead it was 3 rounds.
Yeah, but like, did he think that during the fight, like no one told him weeks before the fight, hey, it's only 3? Like no one ever mentioned it to him.
Yeah, I guess not. I mean, on the contract it says 3 rounds, but Yoel just being Yoel, he just thought it was 5 rounds. So like, what do you make of all of that?
Part of me wants to think he was joking, or
Hmm.
maybe it was just, I think he wanted to say like he did not know, because there is no way you go through the camp and no one ever brought it up that it's just 3 rounds. Even during the fight, no one ever like you did after 3 rounds you thought you're gonna go 2 more. So I don't know. I feel he was just playing a trick on all of us to show that he's tough, which he is, and he could go 5 rounds. And I kind of do like the push that he started of making it possibly like some events with 5 rounds. So I think that is cool. Um, so even though I feel he was kind of joking with us,
Hmm.
I think it's cool that he like pushed that idea of 5 rounds.
Hmm. I'd love to see a fight between you guys. Is that something that is Yoel Romero like a guy that's on your radar? Maybe after this fight, obviously you got to focus on this one, but maybe down the line.
I think so. I mean, it's I don't have too many people to choose from.
Hmm.
I'm sure maybe like some lower ranked guys will come up. Me and Carl was supposed to fight a bunch of times. He kept like dropping out. So it's it's definitely possible. I mean, I don't see myself stopping fighting anytime soon. So I feel I'm gonna end up fighting literally everybody in the top 10, or else whoever like also comes back from like and who becomes ranked. So that's awesome. Like now that I'm like kind of stopped thinking about it, but now that I'm like thinking about it again, it's like I feel awesome that I get to fight all these legends, and
Hmm.
all these fights almost become like a coin toss. It's like 50-50, like anybody can win. Both guys are tough. It don't get any tougher. It's
Hmm.
literally like you're just fighting for like slightly inches of who's gonna just pull it off. Um, so yeah, it's gonna create some cool memories.
Hmm. I feel like the energy is going to be something else in St. Louis. I believe you got your Golden Gloves there. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
does like St. Louis hold like a special place in your heart? And what do you feel about this energy for you this time around?
Well, St. Louis is like my second home or third home. Like, I don't even know how many homes I have right now. We moved from Lithuania when I was 14. We moved to New York and finished school in St. Louis, and I started training here in St. Louis. And I've been here for quite a while, so it's like I feel comfortable here. I know some people here. People see me fight, and of course, I always go back to New York. So right now, like New York and St. Louis are like literally my 2 homes. So it's definitely, I'm gonna have a big crowd. A lot of people gonna show up for this fight. So yeah, it is gonna be like fighting my hometown, pretty much. So it's curious to see how the crowd acts when, because I fought in the arena twice in my amateur days, and nobody knew me. But right now it's going to be completely different. I'm going to fight in that arena again, but a lot of people know me, so I'm definitely curious to see like how the crowd reacts to it. Excited about it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it too, because I mean, if you fought there in your amateur days and to be fighting there again on the highest level, I mean, I could only expect the energy to be insane. Outside of the fight game, is there like any business plans that you have? Like, I know we touched up on maybe Twitch someday, but do you have like any business plans for 2022?
Business plans. Win some fights. Right now, that's the business in my head right now. Just train, stay healthy, fight. Of course, you want something on the side as well, multiple incomes in case something doesn't work out with one. You have more other ways to make income. I need to think about it because it's important. Like, I think we can all agree with that. And I think just because like my mind has been so much on fighting, and not so much on making money any other way. Like, yeah, I didn't get to think much about it. And maybe I shouldn't focus too much on other ways making money anyways, because then maybe my mind will drift away from fighting, which is my main thing right now.
Yeah, I
I'll
mean,
think of something.
Yeah, you make your money with these. So like, I guess my next question would be, what's your next prediction for how this fight goes? Is it a knockout submission, maybe a hard fought decision? Like, what do you have in your head right now?
Everybody asks me that, and I always hate it.
Oh yeah, you don't like predictions, right?
It's
I forgot about that from last time.
it's like anything can happen. Let's go with the knockout. We'll see what happens.
Awesome, Julius. Awesome. I think that's all the questions I have. I just want to thank you again for the time. Is there anything that you want to say to the fans out there watching or your sponsors?
Tune in. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a lot of people. A lot of people were screaming my name at my last fight, and I feel this one's gonna be 10 times bigger. And fans, I mean the sponsors, Hill Street Boxing, thank you so much. These guys been supporting me since I won LFA title, so they big. Thank you, and yeah, just tune in. It's gonna be another good one.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Julius.
Thank you.